Welcome back to another episode of the A Better Me Equals a Better We podcast. I'm your host, Trey. I just want to give everybody a few seconds to join in. Typically, I start with the intro. We're definitely gonna do the intro. I actually have something really special for you guys. Special to myself that I want to share with you guys. But I just want to give everybody a little bit of a chance to come in or whatever. So, as you guys know, if you guys know me personally, if you guys have been following the page, if you guys just know me in real life, I've experienced grief really close. I've experienced a very significant loss recently that really affected the way that I did things, the way that I thought about things. It affected the podcast. Our last episode was October 11th, and then after exactly a week after our last episode, I experienced the most devastating loss I could have ever experienced in my life. I lost my dad. It was something that was life changing, something that I wouldn't wish on anybody, but it happened. My dad loved the podcast. He loved being in the comments with you guys, talking with you guys, being a part of the podcast community. If you guys have a chance, you can go back and look at the last video, the last podcast that we did. He was very active in the comments. It meant a lot to him to be able to talk about different things, to be able to share information, with people, for us to each one teach one, so to speak. He was really into family, the family environment, people sticking together, everybody teaching each other. So this one hit really hard. He was really big on just me keeping this going, right? Keep the podcast going. Like, don't stop. You keep stopping it. You keep stopping it. And I just wanted to be honest with you guys. I didn't think it was fair for me to keep starting and stopping and starting and stopping, and people don't know if I'm doing it or not. But this one really hurt. So I figured when I came back like that, we would talk about this together. I've never experienced anything like this before. So I just want to let y'all know, like, I don't have the answers, right? I want to talk about this with y'all. Grief goes deeper than just losing somebody, like physical. It could be a relationship. It could be a job. It could be, a lot of different things, right? And I want to explore that all with you guys, and I want y'all to give me your take on it, right? So instead of doing a moment of silence, I actually put together a brief intro for you guys while we allow other people to get in and really dive into this one. And this one, this intro is for my dad. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Without further ado, my dad.
Yes, that's me. I'm Trey.
Why don't you introduce yourself for our viewers and tell them a little bit about yourself?
I'm Trey, and I'm from Africa, and I just came over here on the boat. I'm
Seems like yesterday we used to rock the show. I laced the track, you locked the flow. So far from hanging on the block for dough. Notorious, they got to know that life ain't always what it seemed to be. Words can't express what you mean to me. Even though you're gone, we still a team. Through your family, I'll fulfill your dreams. In the future, can't wait to see if you open up the gates for me. Reminisce sometime, the night they took my friend. Try to black it out, but it plays again. When it's real, feeling's hard to conceal. Can't imagine all the pain I feel. Give anything to hear half your breath. I know you're still living your life after death.
Well, so just a brief slideshow, guys. Again, this is something that's critical, right? I've never, ever experienced anything like this in my life. But let's jump right back into it, right? I'm Trey. I'm your host. John, your co-host. And today we're going to talk about grief, right? They say that there's four. Some people say there's 4 stages of grief. Some people say there's 5 stages of grief. I think coming from where we come from, like, there's no such thing as stages. Like, they don't talk to us about what that looks like what does grief look like. So, like, bro, like, if we just being honest, like, being from the hood, like, do you feel like you've been taught how to handle loss? Like just in general, loss, grief, like anything like that.
Not at all. Not even a little bit.
You know what's so crazy, bro? I feel the same way. Like I feel the same way to a certain extent because I feel like my dad taught me about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll never forget my dad told me a story about my uncle Ernie. He said that when my uncle's mom died, I think it was his mom, he said that during the funeral, he said to him, like, he was just trying to console him. And he was like, yo, like, I'm sorry. I know how you feel. I'm here for you or whatever. And he said that when his mom died, that he found my uncle and he apologized to him, right? And my uncle like, yo, like, what are you apologizing to me for? Like, why are you saying I'm sorry? And he didn't even remember that my dad said this. And my dad said that he looked at him. He said, when your mom died, I told you that I know how you felt, and I was wrong. Like I couldn't even imagine what this felt like, and that's how I felt. Like I thought that when it happened, that I would be able to put a certain feeling that I would be able to compare it to, like like all right, it's like this but worse. But this is really like indescribable. Like you know what I'm saying? So like, what are some things that we could do to kind of try to prepare people for this? Like you know what I'm saying?
I don't think you can though. Like realistically speaking, I think you can prepare anybody for like any type of like grieving, any loss. Like even if it's just a friendship, a relationship, like because your whole life changes, and it's just nearly impossible.
Yes, I think he doesn't.
Try to like tell like try to prepare somebody to like it's like you could try. Don't get me wrong, but like try to like hey like gonna prepare. Almost impossible, bro. My opinion, I mean,
right.
Everybody handles.
How important is a village, bro? Like how important is the village in all of this? Because I think there are times like when something is happening, and I'm experiencing this now, right? Like where when something is fresh, everybody like, yo, I got you. I'm here for you. Like, and they calling you every day. You get, and then after it just slow down, and then even now in the social media era, right? Like people posting pictures every day and stuff like that. And then after a while, like the pictures slow down. The calls slow down a little bit. That I got you kind of change a little bit. Like you get what I'm saying? Like where everybody was so adamant, and then now it just kind of. So how important is it to have people around you to support you in loss in general?
I think important, but like how can I say, like I can't speak of experience because I've what I'm saying, so I don't necessarily know. Because my mom died though. Growing up without my dad, then growing up, sisters, I wasn't close to my brothers. I never had somebody that was that close. You know what I'm saying? Like not close enough to be like, damn, like I don't have this. So I don't necessarily know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't. That's why sometimes when you hit me up and we talk and I never say, not one time I said that. I say I could imagine.
Right.
But I don't know. It's just like it's impossible because you was close with your dad.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I can't sit here and say like, damn, bro, I know how you feel. So just like I can never know because I've never experienced it.
Right. Right. And that's dope though, bro. I always thought that was dope about like our conversations. Like when we do talk about it, like I've never heard you say like it's been times, bro, where I've said some wild stuff to you, bro, and you really be like, all right, like I could only imagine, or I'm sorry to hear that, but it's never like yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like I know exactly what you're talking about. You get what I'm saying? And I think what Nate said in the comments is something that's important too. Even for me, right? Like even if they don't reach out to you, I feel like sometimes you have to reach out to others in the time of need as well. And to be honest with you, I think that this is so crucial for people that's dealing with loss in general. Because again, the loss might not just be, somebody that died. Like you get what I'm saying? It could be a relationship. Like divorce is a loss. Like you get what I'm saying? That's a hard thing to go through. It could be a child, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Imagine having your kid living with you every day, and then for some reason, I don't know, like something go wrong with the mom. Like, that could be a loss for you. It could be a dream, whatever it is. Like, you know, you go into the NBA and then you blow your knee out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes if we leave it up to ourselves, we'll sit in a corner and be depressed. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you got to pull yourself out and reach out to those people. Like, but how do you do that, bro? Like, how do you, because you somebody I know, bro, like mentally, you one of the people that I know, like, even if you start getting down a little bit, like, you have a way of kind of like, nah. Like, get me out of here. Like, I'm like, how do you do that? Like, how do you get yourself to not go in that hole and reach out to people for help?
Because I've always, I got more of an understanding of life. You gotta understand that life is like this, bro. Some days you wake up and it's just like, but you don't know why. And then there are other days where you wake up, everybody's like, oh, I'm just happy. That's how
Yeah.
it is. Mentally, I just tell myself, like, I'll snap out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's just life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they do me dirty. I just be like, yo, that's just people. Because so that's why mentally I'm able to say, like, if such and such got done wrong, it can, you get what I'm saying? So mentally, I just prepare myself, like, you know what, like, it's you're not the two. And one thing about me, I understand that, yo, no matter how much, like, things that you're going through, life don't stop. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? When, you know what I'm saying, rest in peace, when your father passed, everything else didn't stop. You still had to be Quincy's father. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still had that bill, that rent was still coming.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you really gotta have, like, a certain, like, mental, because life doesn't for nobody. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? It's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh damn, I lost such and such a word is gonna say, all right, pause.
Right.
Word is just gonna, like, keep. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I've mentally gotten to that point where I understand that part. You get what I'm saying? I'm just like, like, everything is gonna be all right. And then not for nothing. Like, I just got over it now. That's almost like a distraction. So I don't know sometimes.
Right. And you, hold on, I can't hear you, bro. I can't hear you, bro. You know, something that was interesting that you said, like, in the meantime, I don't know what's going on with the audio, but while you work that out, it's so, if worst come to worst, you can just leave and come back. But it's something interesting that you said that I really want to bring up, like the fact, like, that the world don't stop. Like, you get what I'm saying? When you experience a loss, like, you, the person, you experience a loss, the world really does not stop, bro. And I'm a be honest, bro. That is one of the wackest experiences I've ever felt in my life, bro. Realizing that things did not stop. It like, I hear you, baby. Okay. Realizing that things did not stop was a hard thing for me to fathom, bro. Like, could you imagine, you know, going through a situation where you feel like the whole world just fell on you, right? Like, the entire world just fell, and now you got to wake up and be somebody's dad. Like, you get what I'm saying? And that's if you're a person that take parenthood serious. Like, you get what I'm saying? If you're somebody that really take it to heart, and it's a part of, like, your, like, what you do, it's just kind of like, yo, like, I really cannot believe that, like, I still got to do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or going to work. I think for me, and I'm being very transparent, right? I think for me, when I realized, like, all right, I think I need help. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, outside help, I think I need to, I don't know, like, maybe talk to somebody, reach out to somebody, or whatever it was. A moment where, like, I'm working, because I'm working from home. My son is here, and I'm just breaking down. Like, you get what I'm saying? and he come to me and he want to play with cars. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, he want to play, and he don't understand what's going on. And I like, I'm in this indescribable feeling of like, I just can't believe that life just won't stop right now. Like, you get what I'm saying? I can't believe that I got somebody calling me about this at work. He still want to play, and I still feel like this. Like, bro, that was so that was rough. Like, you get what I'm saying? And like Mary said in our comments, you'll never get over it. You know, you just learn to live with it. And that was something that my dad told me, like when it came to certain people, certain losses, like you never get over them. You just kind of sort of learn to live with them or whatever. And Natalie said something in our comments. She said, grief is defined for me as mental pain and sorrow. You go through life's motions, but you hurt always. No one wants to hear it. Is all in God's timing. When it's their turn to go through the grief process. I feel I have a wonderful relationship with God. I understand about salvation, and at the rapture, I'll see my loved ones again, but it still hurts. I trust God with all my heart, but the joy of my salvation is gone because I miss Trey so much. No one can renew my right spirit but God. We all grieve differently. And that's a fact. Like now imagine me, bro, and I made this joke with somebody I was talking to, right? Imagine me being a preacher, preaching that everything is going to be all right, and then ready to jump in the casket with the person I just preached over. Like, you get what I'm saying? And not literally ready to jump in the casket. Like, you get what I'm saying? But imagine now knowing what I believe, knowing what it says, and believing what I believe, but still feeling that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, still having to go through that, still being that person that has to do that, bro. And then when we look at what they define as the stages of grief, they say it's denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. How long does it take to get to acceptance? That's like, you get what I'm saying? Like even like let's even change the pace to like a really bad breakup, bro. Like, you ever had like a really bad breakup to the point where you felt like you couldn't sleep, you couldn't eat, like, and then at some point you just, I guess, accept it, right? Like, and then you're able to move on. Like, what does it take for somebody to get to acceptance when they lose something? Oh, nah, bro, I can't hear you. All right, close it out and come right back. But I'll ask you guys in the comments while John is coming back, like, what does it take to get to the point of accepting? Like, how do you accept a harsh loss? Better now? Nah, I can't hear you. Let me see. So Shirley said in our comment, she said, when my dad transitioned to the next phase of his life, I was kind of upset with God. His words were so powerful and strong and told me to get my Bible. So I did. Then he told me to open my Bible. So I did. And in bold letters, I read, you shall not love your dad more than you love me or your mom or your children, because we all belong to him first. So in that very moment, all I could do was apologize and give thanks for God for allowing me to be grown and allowing me to have them for as long as I did, and that we will see them when we will see them. Give me 1 second. We will see them for as long as I did, and that we will see them. The work is done. Still healing 16 years later, but God's love is so amazing. And your dad was a true king, brother, cousin, husband, father, and uncle to us all. But I know he's with our family that's transitioned already. I mean, that right there is really something. And as you guys can see, like, even now doing this, like, parenting really does not stop. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, life doesn't stop, parenting doesn't stop, and we just gotta roll with it. Like, Why? Like denial. I think that was my very first feeling, bro. But I think denial didn't look like what I thought it would look like. You get what I'm saying? It didn't look like what I thought it would look like. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I thought denial would look like, nah, this can't be real. Like you get what I'm saying? Like, but for me, denial was as simple as I was almost moving as if it wasn't happening. You get what I'm saying? Like I was talking to people. Like I don't even remember. Like I felt like my feelings was turned off, bro. Like numb, like literally numb. And I think that was the denial. Like you get what I'm saying? And now having somebody that I spoke to every day to now not speak to them at all, and it's not a possibility, bro. Like, and then to still have regular life happening. You get what I'm saying? Being in the transition, relationship wise, like going through all of these things at one time, bro. Like it's something, bro. Like it's really something. And Nikki said in our comments, acceptance didn't come from me until I needed him and couldn't call him. I think that'll do it too. That'll definitely do it. Like, you know, needing something and not being able to get it like that, that'll definitely do it for you. Mary said in our comments, it took me 7 years and I still have ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? Like, so how do we, like, bro, we've never been taught. I've never, like, to be honest with you, I had to research, like, you know, grief and stuff like that. And I heard it from, like, people that I know that's, like, in the mental health field. Like, so we're not taught it. Like, how have we been surviving? Like, how have we been getting past it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, have we ever really been getting past it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or is this one of those like generational behaviors that we kind of just take over the generations and we just don't get over stuff? Like, you know what I'm saying? And we just learn how to kind of code it, I guess, as if we getting over it, but not really getting over it. Nah. Check check your settings and see if like the mic, like if you're allowing the mic. I could see you just fine. I just can't hear you. Let's see. Nikki said I couldn't ask him for his advice or what's wrong with my car. It became real then, and the hurt became unbearable. So I want to ask somebody in the comments, like, what do you do? What do you do when the hurt becomes unbearable? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I can see you, bro. I can see the other side, but I can't hear you. So what do we do when the hurt becomes unbearable? Like that's my question to y'all. Like, what do we do when the hurt becomes unbearable? Because to be honest with you, like, I think I've been at that point. I think I'm like kind of at, like, but what do we do when we're there? Like, Natalie said, as people, we sometimes numb ourselves with different things because we don't know the steps and what's going on. That's a fact. That's definitely a fact. Shirley said, we can't and will never accept our loss. We just learn to live with it and ask God for that healing of our hearts is what we can do. Trust the process and live as your dad taught you to, and better it's one day at a time. Pray and ask God to heal your heart. Mary said to pray. Natalie said, you cannot let it overtake you when the pain becomes unbearable. Shirley said, let it out, cry, do what you need to do, but prayer works and trust God. Right. Melissa said, I've had so many mixed emotions, denial, anger, regrets. I would have, should have, sadness, depression, trying to get through the days one day at a time. This is a different kind of pain for me. I've been with him since I was 19. When the hurt became unbearable, I had to open my dark curtains, get out of my bed, and stay busy. It's not easy at all. Nate said, talk to your loved one. That helps a lot. And I think for me, that's really been the key thing for me. I'm realizing, and it's one of the things that I tell people a lot, especially in this society where I believe that the world has become unbelievably selfish. Like everything is about like you and yours, and that's it. The world has become extremely selfish to the point where I've seen people, forget family, forget this, like, and it's just kind of like, but your kid is your family, like, you get what I'm saying? So what do you mean when you say that? Like, but your mother's your family, like, so, and then I've even heard people say like, I'll disown my mother, um, so I I love the fact that Nate said like, yo, talk to your loved ones. That helped a lot. And or even the one or the person that you lost, like that's true too. Like, but I'll use Nate as an example. Like she's somebody that I talk to frequently. Like you get what I'm saying? Like she'll text me, call me. I'll text her, just hey, how you doing? And it helps. Like you know what I'm saying, John. It helps. Like you know what I'm saying. So I just can't understand, why people are like they want to close themselves out and kind of like forget family, forget this person, forget that person. But we need each other. You know what I'm saying? Like we genuinely need each other. And this is like when dealing with grief, this is one of those times where it shows that like, yo, you need people. Natalie said, pick at least one accountability partner that you trust and you can tell anything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like having those people to vent to, and stuff like that is crucial. Bro, try your mic again. This is crazy. Nah, not at all. I really can't hear you. But yeah, this is definitely one of those things where it's like even like talking to your loved one. So all right, I got a question for y'all when it comes to that, right? Like how deep does talking to your loved one get, right? Because a lot of people would say, like, let's say if I'm religious, a lot of people would say that that's not a thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? That you shouldn't kind of talk with the dead and that they're gone, they're in heaven, right? And then you have people that have shrines and and those sort of things, and they got pictures and they talk to the pictures or whatever. And some people would say like that's keeping you from letting go. You get what I'm saying? So how deep should you go with that, right? Like if I'm talking to my dad, I'm like, dad, I miss you or whatever. Like how deep should it be? You know what I'm saying? Because I think so many people would say so many different things. They said, yeah, honestly, I didn't have that when my dad passed away and I needed people. So I know the pain. This is why I try my best just to be there, and the best I can be for others. And that's a fact. And I think from these experiences, like we learn, like you get what I'm saying? Like, I remember a time, maybe being there for a friend that had a bad breakup or a friend being there for me, or maybe me going through a bad breakup or feeling alone or going through a traumatic experience. And then when you see somebody going through the same experience or something similar, it's easier for you to be there for them because you understand what it's like for when nobody was there for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope. That's really dope you to be able to recognize that, like, you know what, like I didn't have that, but I love you, so I'm gonna be that for you. Like, you get what I'm saying? Melissa said, make sure the volume is turned up on your computer, Jonathan. Jonathan's using his phone. Natalie said, with the 5 stages of grief, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance, there's no order to them, and they serve as a reference instead of a guide on how to grieve. You can talk to them as much as you want about anything. I don't know, it may sound weird, but it feels good. It definitely does. You get what I'm saying? It definitely does, especially especially if that was a person or those were people that you spoke to very frequently. Natalie said, if I can lighten it up some, please don't try to talk to me when I go home to glory. This is the time you have my permission to talk to me. I am turning my ringer off when I get to heaven. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. But not for nothing, I really, really, really respect that. Talk to me now. Like, you know what I'm saying? If there's one thing that I feel like I've lost a lot of things, right? And in this past season, like with my dad, the people that are really close to me knew what was going on behind the scenes at the same time as that. So I lost a lot at one time, like, you get what I'm saying? And all of that loss, like, it made me realize, like, things can really just be gone like this. You know what I'm saying? Like I say this to people or whatever, and I think, maybe it's just something that just goes over. But it's like, yo, I talk to this man every single day. Like, when I say every single day, like every single day, we ain't miss a day. And if we missed a day, he would call me like, yo, you good? Or I would call him like, yo, you good? Like, I ain't hear from you or whatever. But we talked every day. Like, so to now have this person that you talk to every single day, they just gone. It made me realize, like, yo, you really got to talk to people while they're here. Like, you get what I'm saying? Then when all of these people are coming around or coming to my mom's house and funerals and repasts, and everybody like, oh, well, I didn't know and this, but it's like, yo, you didn't talk to him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't talk to him, and you didn't need permission to talk to him. You didn't have to try to talk, and he can't talk back. And this is not just about my dad. This is just about people in general. Like, I can put it on me. Like, you don't have to, like, you can talk to me now and I'll talk back. You get what I'm saying? Or are you gonna wait till you can't talk to me no more and be like, oh, he was such a cool guy. Like, like, he did the podcast, so that was what's up. Like, you get what I'm saying? He seemed like, or you might be like, nah, he was an a-hole. I really didn't like. But you have the opportunity to say it to me now. Like, we have the opportunity to talk now, and we don't take those opportunities. And then when people go, everybody angry that they didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, especially with COVID, bro. Like, and we done talked about that in a few episodes, bro. Like, how COVID was really taking people left and right, like left and right. And I still feel like people was dying at an alarming rate, bro. Like, young people, old people, middle-aged. Like, it just seemed like it really could be anybody. Like, you get what I'm saying? I look at the last episode we did, bro. It was October 11th, bro. I got a phone call on October 18th, like 1 week after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then John just said, like we take life for granted because we get the impression that we gonna be here. You get what I'm saying? Like, we get the impression that we gonna be here all the time. So it's just like, all right, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Like, you get what I'm saying? Nate said in our comments, and he loved talking to you. He was definitely a phone person. Would talk to you for 2 hours and then say, nigga, you talk too much. That's a fact. That's a fact. Like, he would be on the phone talking to you for 2 hours and then get off the phone with you and tell you talk too much. You get what I'm saying? It's just, and it's interesting though, because if anybody really know him, he didn't become a phone person until like the last 2 years. Like, until like when he really stopped moving around as much and stuff like that, that's when he really started talking to the people on the phone. Because he used to really be telling me like, yo, why y'all be on the phone so much? Like, y'all always on the phone, put your phone down like this. So he really wasn't up until recently. Like, and I just feel like John said, like, if we knew how many days we had left, we'd treat each other different. We would treat each other so much different, bro. Like, if there was a whisper in somebody's ear, like, Traquan got 2 more weeks, he got 3 more years, 10 more years, like, we'd treat each other so much different. Even if it was you, like, you know, and I heard somebody say this recently in a video, like, I can't remember who said it, but they was like, if there was a whisper in your ear, like 2 more days, 10 more days, 10 more years. Like you get what I'm saying? Like if there was something that told you that like your time was running out, like who would you reach out to? Who would you talk to? Like things would be so much different. Like, and why is it that we need to feel life slipping from us in order to reach out to people and enjoy certain things in life? You know what I'm saying? I wish that wasn't the case, even for myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Natalie said, grief can similarly come from a perceived or real change in your life. For example, moving to a new city, school, or job, transitioning into a new age group, or staying in isolation because of the pandemic. So, Traquan, you have dealt with a light of grief, but the loss of your dad is the one that Satan wants to use to make you give up. And that's a fact. That's a fact. Like, I will genuinely say that. Like, there's a lot of things that I feel like that will happen to us that people or will try to be used to kind of break us down, and it's like we just can't give up, and it happens so fast, bro. Like people say that life is quick, but it's literally the longest thing that we ever gonna do. It's literally the longest thing that we're ever gonna do. You get what I'm saying? So we gotta enjoy it, bro. We gotta enjoy the people that's around us. Like, and if you speak to me, if you text me, if you call me, if we talk, I don't know if any of y'all realize, but I say I love you so much more now. I say I love you so much more, because why not? And I'm gonna really keep it real with you. I don't follow, like, I think there's like an unwritten rule for hearts on social media. Like if you like somebody, you use red hearts. If you did, then you use a blue heart, then you use a gold heart. I don't follow the code. I don't know when. If I use a blue heart, it's because that's the first one I seen. I clicked it. A heart is a heart for me. Like if I love you, I love you. I don't know the code for when to use which heart, but like you really genuinely got to start telling people you love them. I wish that there's so many things at times that I wish I could have did so much different. Like I want to say the last three weekends that I spoke to my dad, he was just asking me to come over. Like, oh, come over, like come over. I'm like, yeah, I'm not coming all the way over there. You can come to my house. Yo, come over. Yo, I'm not coming there. Like, you can come to my house. Like, I came over there a bunch of times. You can come to my house now. Like, come over. You know how I feel now? Like, nah, I should have went over. Like, bro, even Jonathan to tell y'all, like, the day before he passed, the last conversation I had with him, he was asking me to do my son's birthday party at his house. And I was talking to Jonathan. I'm like, yo, he think I'm gonna do at the birthday. I'm not doing it. Like they come to my house or they just not coming. Like I'm not doing it. Like, and he just wanted to be around me. Like he just wanted to be around me. You get what I'm saying? So I say that to say like, nah. I say that to say like, yo, like, don't take that. Like, we can't take that for granted, bro. We cannot take that for granted. Like, for people that just want to be around you, loved ones, and now, because, bro, I know people that didn't pick up my dad's phone call when he called, bro. I've seen that firsthand. Like, they ain't, like, he would call people, they ain't answer. I bet you they would say the answer now. But what can we do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what can we do? So now, and I'll actually on the comments until John get his mic together. Like, what can we do to kind of get to a point where we appreciate each other more? Or is it just a person thing? Like, is it just one of those things? Like why is it that we can't appreciate things while we have them? Like, why is it that people only want to appreciate stuff when they don't have it? Like, even relationships, bro. How many times have we been in intimate relationships with people, bro, and you ain't tell this man he looked good in 7 months? Y'all break up, he get a new t-shirt, he look good now. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like he move on, got a whole nother, like, you get what I'm saying? Or she move on, and or whatever the case may be, and then now everything now seem like why does it seem like we can't appreciate each other? You know what I'm saying? Like it don't make sense. Mary said you need to come around more. Our family used to really be close. Even time someone deaf, we grow apart. It's so sad. That's a fact. That's a fact. Like we gotta come around. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no other way to even put it. Like we gotta come around each other. Mary also said that's what he was telling me to do from the beginning. You get what I'm saying? And that's what he was telling all of us to do. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, he always wanted us to have each other. You get what I'm saying? That was his biggest thing. Like, and he believed in his family. So in his mind, he would always tell us, like, yo, you know, if I ever go or when I go, my family gonna have you. Like, you get what I'm saying? And I think that's what we all want to feel. You get what I'm saying? Like, I know that if something happened to me, like, I know if something happened to me, John gonna have my son. You get what I'm saying? Like, I know he's not gonna want for nothing. I know that he's gonna, like, I don't even have to think to myself. Like, I know he's gonna come and pick him up. I know he's gonna spend weekends with him. Like, I know he's gonna this. Like, can we genuinely say that? Like that we gonna have each other? Like, you know what I'm saying? We'll have each other. Can you say that about the people that's closest to you? And if you can't say that, then what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? If y'all can't hear me. Oh yeah, it's like audio. I think I can hear you now.
You can hear me?
Yeah, there we go. And then my service was saying that it was bugging, so I wasn't sure if y'all could hear me just now. Quincy was back here having a moment. Natalie said put Boss Baby on camera. Quincy was back here having a moment. I don't know what was going on with him, but it's lit, bro. Speak your piece. Speak your piece, bro.
What was the question though? Because I had to like delete the whole thing.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I had to like go back to the link from the beginning.
Oh, okay. Nah, bro. So, like, what, or I guess why is it that we can't seem to appreciate people while we have them, bro? Like, why is it that even like in the sense that it seems like we almost want what we can't have. Like, just as a people, like, we want what we can't have. Like, when we got it, it's just like, that's cool. But then when we don't have it, it's like,
I think that's just something I like as humans that we just all struggle with. You know what I'm saying? Just not as people. Just sometimes like you leave a job for more money and then you be like, damn, I had it good in my old job. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you want that job back. It's been times where like I was thirsty to buy some sneakers, right? I'll be thirsty to buy some sneakers. Nah, I got them. It's like, whatever. Now I give them away. Now I'm like, damn. It's them. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when you don't have something, it's like, you know, you want it so bad. Then when you finally get it, you just take it for granted. You know what I'm saying? Something you want that girl. You know what I'm saying? You want that girl. You finally get her. Now you kind of forget, I got her already. I'm good. Then you lose her. You're like, man, I lost that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just, as people, we just don't appreciate things. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it becomes yours, you just don't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? We just take everything for granted. You know what I'm saying?
What are some signs, bro? Real quick, what are some signs that you have a good thing? You know what I'm saying? Like what are some things that you think that like all right, let's even say like relationship wise, like what are some things that you feel like if I'm with somebody, even if I get complacent and I feel like is the grass green on the other side, or even if let's say if it's somebody else that's showing you some characteristics that look like something that you, what are some things that's like, nah, but I gotta stay here. Like, what do you look for to kind of like keep yourself like, nah, I gotta stay here. I can't lose this, or do it all depend on the person?
No, I just think like you just gotta remember why you got with them. You got what I'm saying? Remember why, like, let's say if you fell in love with them, remember why you fell in love with them. You got what I'm saying? Like, or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Just remember why. Just remember what got y'all here.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think if y'all stick to that part, like, you'll be fine. You know, I just the world we living in now is like it's not for relationships.
Yeah.
Not for relationships at all. Like you hear fuck this nigga or fuck this bitch, excuse my language. Like if that's all you hear is like, all right, then I guess you know what I'm saying? I guess that's just what it is. And it's the sad part about it is that a lot of people want love.
Yeah.
Want commitment. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just I don't know, it's like doing the wrong thing out of times it'd be fun. For some odd reason, doing it sometimes that's boring. You know what I'm saying? Like I just as humans, like we just don't be disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you do something so wrong, but something in you is like, I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I gotta do it, man. And I think because we be knowing.
Mm-hmm.
We be knowing, you know what I'm saying? I can't replace this. You know what I'm saying? So
Get your bands.
all right, man, I just think it's embarrassing for all of us as human beings, how much we take like things for granted. And like I said, we be knowing, man. We just when something is ours, we get the impression we're not gonna lose it. We always get the impression that we're not gonna lose it, man.
That's a fact till it walk out on you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Then so now let's say you the person. Let's say like now you the person that got walked out on. Like you know what I'm saying? You realize that you lost something or whatever. Is there a way to get it back? You know what I'm saying? How do you now get it back?
Like I think if you get it just won't. If you get it back, it just won't. It won't be the same. You know what I'm saying? Because that person is always left them. You got what I'm saying? Like I think it's hard, man. I think it's hard, like because when you lose a good person, man, you know you can feel it. You know what I'm saying? Once you lose it, you know as an individual, like damn, I just lost a really good person. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friend, no matter what it is, like you know, you feel it.
Natalie said in the comments, I think because of our lack of self-worth, we sabotage successful relationships. And I think that's a fact too. Like I think a lot of times like we're seeing a increase in people. My bad, I can't talk. We're seeing an increase in people who really don't know their worth. You get what I'm saying? Or who really feel like they're worth less than they're actually worth. You get what I'm saying? So now, because I feel like I'm only worth this, how can I believe that you really think this of me? You get what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna front, bro. I've been in that predicament. Like, you get what I'm saying? But in a different situation, in the sense of like, I remember playing sports, and remember I sent you something earlier that was similar to this, where it was like, I remember when I used to pass the ball a lot, but then I got confidence, and like now I don't even pass the ball like that no more. And it's so crazy, like you don't even realize a lot of things is because of a lack of self-confidence, where like you believe in yourself, but not quite as much as you should. But then you get around somebody that's like, nah, bro, you really like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You really like that. But you'll get comfortable either playing the background, sabotaging yourself, being with people that you know you shouldn't be with, Like, you get what I'm saying? Doing a bunch of stuff that you know that you shouldn't be doing because deep down inside, a part of you feel like you might not be worth that. Like, you get what I'm saying? And even if you never say it, that's just how you feel. You get what I'm saying? You let people treat you a certain kind of way. You deal with 5 to 6 different men or women at the same time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you do things that's just, you know what I'm saying, that you shouldn't be doing, that's really above you, but you don't even realize that it's above you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you in places that you shouldn't be, doing things that you shouldn't be doing, and then you mess around and lose something that's like that really was for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's like, bro, you know how many people I know that done sabotage themselves out of a bag, bro, that had great ideas, bro, like started businesses and stuff, but because their environment, you get what I'm saying, wasn't showing that that was worth it, they started doing something completely left or completely right. You get what I'm saying? Just because everybody else wasn't on that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, so.
You gotta really be careful, like, with who you're around. You get what I'm saying? Because if you're in a committed, let's say a relationship, if you're in a committed relationship, and I'm like, and I'm just out here doing whatever, and you're around me, you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Trey, we over here. If I'm really your man, and if I'm really your friend, I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm going over here, bro, but I think you should go home. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you don't have that. You know what I'm saying? Well, that ain't my relationship, but bro, we over here. Now it's 2, 3 in the morning. Now we know once you start drinking, you just start throwing them back. Before you know it, now you mad drunk, girl blowing up your phone, your man blowing up your phone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so if you have a good person that really cares, like, all right, my friend is happy. All right, we might be able to go out, but bro, it's getting late. I'm gonna drop you off. Even if you try to tell me no, bro, it's getting late. Stop with the drinking, bro, because at the end of the day, you gotta go home, and that's gonna be your problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's gonna be your good relationship that you can possibly sabotage because you out here with bros, you out here with girls. You know what I'm saying? You really need good people around you.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. You know how many times, like, I've been on the receiving end of that conversation, bro. I've been on the like, all right, nah, bro, you bugging.
Yeah,
You
bro.
bugging, bro. Play the crib. Like, you bugging. Play the crib. Like,
Don't do it.
you get what I'm saying? And not for nothing, bro. Like, it's so crazy. Like, when you talk about losing stuff, how it's really all universal. Because it's like, you know how many times we've had conversations and it's like, bro, like, nah, go talk to your pops, bro. Like, you bugging. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, to just have those people around you to show you when you might not be appreciating something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Me and John got this running joke, but it be a real conversation where I will call John, and the first thing I say is, all right, bro, let me know if I'm bugging or not.
Am I bugging?
Like, let me know if I'm bugging. And I genuinely ask him, like, listen, this is what was said. This is what I said. This is what they said. This is what happened. This is how it made me feel. I'm giving him all the details. Am I bugging? And I think everybody need a community. And if you don't have a community, at least one person that can be real with you. Like, yo, spend more time with this person. Like, you know, I got a new saying, and it's genuinely like, love who love you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Love who love you. Like, I ain't forcing love on nobody no more, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro, I don't know when it's over, bro. And when it's over, it's over. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not forcing love on nobody no more. Love who love you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if you allow me to love you, like, if I can call you, text you, you send love back. If we can organize stuff together and we all come together and whoever that all is, whether it's a crowd or whether it's 5 people, understand that the invitation is extended to everybody. The invitation is extended to everybody, but it's not going to stop a show if everybody don't. Like, I got to love who love me. You get what I'm saying? Because I need to get, and I heard Dr. Eric Thomas say this. He said, I got to get what God has for me as soon as I can so I can have it as long as I can. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't want to wait till I got 2 days left. I finally reached the place where God had for me, but I only got to enjoy it for 2 days because, like, that's not what God wanted for me. That's not what my pops wanted for me. Like, none of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta love who love you. You gotta love on who love you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's really that simple. And I think that's one of the things that I learned from my dad. But he was just a different type of person because he loved everybody. You get what I'm saying? Like, Like he was one of those people, like he loved and understood everybody. Like, you get what I'm saying? To the point where I'd be like, nah, this person's bugging. Like they're bugging. I don't even know if I could deal with that. And he just I never heard him say, nah, I'm never talking to that. I can't deal with that person. I'm not like he always had like a reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? He always saw things from other people's point of view. He was always willing to love people like into a right place. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I try my best to do that, because that's all I know. You know what I'm saying? But you get to a point where it start to hurt, it start to wear down on you. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I think the basis, like if we look at the core, you gotta love who love you. You know what I'm saying? Even in relationships, bro. How we get caught out here loving people that don't love us? How does somebody get caught finesse like that?
It happens, bro. It happens, man. Like I just think, you know, depending on like the situation, like before, like I don't. Me and my siblings don't talk.
Mm.
Like 9 of us. You get what I'm saying? It's like sometimes the world makes you cold. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes people make you cold. Sometimes people be like, it is what make you feel like it is what it is, because it's like if I keep reaching out to you and you keep coming up with excuses on why me and you can't do something, why me and you can't make memories, family, friends, whatever it is, after a while, it's like, all right, you showing me what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I think we take too long to like accept it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we really take too long. Like, all right, this person's showing me what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like we sit here and like we'll beg somebody to hang out with us. They keep making excuses, but the person that's begging us, we giving them excuses.
Right.
So this person's sitting here trying to show you love, and you denying it because you over here chasing this person. You
Bro,
know what I'm
I've been through that.
saying? Yeah, chasing this sibling, chasing this whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just us as humans. You know what I'm saying? We all do it. You know why? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We all do it. We sit and you know how they say you don't know what you.
Mm.
That's true, but it's even worse when it's like, let's say you lose. Like we're guys, right? Let's say you lose a good woman, right? And you don't appreciate certain things. When you get next, oh, when you get that next relationship and she ain't doing
Small triangle.
that,
Small triangle.
and you saying begging for the things that
Big triangle.
I got for this.
Big triangle.
That's a fact.
Big
And that, and you know what's so crazy, bro? That happens to a lot of people.
Small
You leave this relationship thinking that you're gonna find something way better. Now you get in a relationship just to find out, like, all right, let's say for example, you was mad because she ain't organized the forks and the spoons. Right? So you mad because she ain't organized the forks and the spoons. You find somebody that organized the forks and the spoons, but they don't do nothing else. Like they don't do nothing at this other. And now you realize, like, all right, you left nigga, you was about to get so much. And now you lost out on all this other stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then now you might not even be able to come back for him. You know what I'm saying? Like they said in our comments, like, why would you even want him back? You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't want it back.
You don't replace it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could try your hardest. But once you lose that good, you know what I mean? That no matter, like, you could get into another relationship and you could be happy again. That one person that you know, like, damn, I lost a good person, that they always in the back of your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't replace that. Like, even a friend, you know what I'm saying? Even a family member, anything, like, they're always in the back of your mind because you don't come across good people. You know what I'm saying? Like, a real friendship is a gift from God. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of us just know a bunch of people.
Right.
My man, or that's my homegirl. Like, no, that's not. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just know each other.
Right.
Like when you have a real friend or a real person that's close to you, that is a gift from God, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Because
for real.
you see so much stuff going on out here, and like, damn, they was man close, and he set him up, or she set him up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
when you got a person that's really loyal and really show you love, like you really gotta like learn to like really appreciate that person. You really gotta not just say it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta show that person that you really, really appreciate that person, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they'll be gone. You know what I'm saying? If a
That's a
person,
fact.
they will leave. You know what I'm saying? We're in our 30s, so a person will leave quick. Like I ain't got time for this. In our early,
Right.
you get away with some things. Like right now, nah, a person will be like, I'm just gonna move on with my life. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's a fact.
Crazy,
That's a
bro.
fact, bro. You definitely gotta appreciate people while they're here, bro, because you just never, ever, ever know when they're gonna be gone, bro. And I just want to tell y'all, like, just in general, like, we got a lot of things coming soon, like just a lot of good topics. Suggest topics in the comments that y'all want to talk about. Like, yeah, no, I'm always, 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 always down for suggestions. Like, we can talk about anything on here. The biggest thing is just for us all to learn from each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in order for the collective to be strengthened, each of us got to be strengthened and grow. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, like, suggest those topics. Let's talk about all this stuff. The podcast will not end no more. Like, we're not taking no more breaks. So Tuesday at 8, like, we here. Like, Tuesday at 8, like the page. Subscribe on YouTube. I know kids do YouTube now, whatever. So subscribe on YouTube. Like the Facebook page. Share this to your page so somebody else could see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody might need this. Somebody might be, dealing with grief, and maybe your opinion could be something that they might need. Like, you get what I'm saying? This is why this is one of those platforms that's not like, all right, this is law. Me and John got the law of the world, and this is like, nah, like, what do y'all say? Because at the end of the day, I ain't got it all together. And I can say in this situation right now, like, I'm hurting to this day. I would have never thought that I would still be hurting the way that I'm hurting right now, 3 months later. But it's a reality. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, but having this conversation with y'all, like, you know what I'm saying, and getting this advice and talking to people, like, you know what I'm saying, we need conversations like this. We need communities like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Real quick before we head out, I want to just read some of our comments. Dre said in our comments, don't leave something good for what you think is better, because when you realize better ain't good, the good gonna have found better. Then it's too late. Like, you know what I'm saying? Melissa said in our comments, a real friend will make things work for you and your schedule. Show appreciation, not stupidity and hurt at the wrong time. That's a fact. And then Tissy said, how can I join? Well, Tissy, you can join. You know, you can definitely join whenever. Just let me know what you want to talk about. If you want to come on and talk about anything, I'm going to start posting the link in the comments again in case people just want to just chime in on the conversation live, and y'all just click the link and y'all can come in. I didn't do it this episode, but I'm definitely going to do it next episode, next Tuesday at 8. 3 months is no time. Now, that's a fact. That's a fact, and that's what I'm realizing. And it's just getting to the point where it's starting to it feel like it's never ending, but it feel like it's getting better at the same time, right? So I'm just fingers crossed for the best, to be completely honest with you. And I just thank God for the people that I have around me. You know what I'm saying? That check in, the people that I can reach out to, um, and the people that continuously show love. And I just hope and pray that I can be that for you guys as well. Like, you get what I'm saying? If somebody's hurting out there, I hope that this helped. Like, you know what I'm saying? Something that we said, like, again, it may not have been a death, it may be a relationship, it may be a job. But like Natalie said in our comments, it's time to start healing, right? And sometimes it starts with just a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Just a conversation, just an outlet. Like, it's time for that. So yeah, so that wraps up, this episode dealing with grief. I hope this helped you. It definitely helped me. Um, and we out here. Like, next episode is gonna look so much different, so much things that we add in. We got some topics from the first episode of season 3 that we had in the comments that we're gonna bring up, because I definitely want, when you guys suggest different episodes, I definitely want to make sure that we get those in. So just make sure that y'all share this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Share this, show love, watch it again, watch it back. John, you got anything for the people before we head out? All right, listen. Love who love you. As simple as that, man. Love who love you. Appreciate people while they're here. I would have never thought it would have been my dad. I would have never thought it would have been him. and you will never think it'll be your cat, your dog, who, like, you know, whatever, whoever it is, you know, whether you break up with your spouse or, you know, whatever the case may be, you know, you and your friend fall out, you'll never think it's them. So appreciate every moment, because we don't know, you know, when it's over, and when it's over, it's over. Exactly. Don't force it, Nate. Love who love you. Don't force it. All right. And last but not least, do not forget that a better me equals a better we. I'll see you guys next week, Tuesday at 8 p.m.